Hello everyone, GoldenHawk here. I know I'm a little off. I missed a day or two there. I had some problems with my tablet and connectivity out here. And yesterday I was very connected into sending energy for those that were affected by the tsunami. And I'm going to address that first and foremost right now. All of your prayers, of course, are most excellent. Really great to get those out. Those of you who have been trained in sending directed energy, we need an energy of sustenance sent out. Lotus Heart, Hands of Light will work really well. And we need to really send a lot of light, a lot of vibration around the bodies, the people that are alive, the living bodies that are actually buried or trapped. These missing people don't have very much time left, some of them, and they really need to be found. Because we can connect into that living vibration inside the structure of the grid of energy where the tsunami occurred. With our energetic, we can also create a line to the searchers, and just focusing that those two energies meet, that they may suddenly go, oh, I think someone's over here, or that they'll hear something that will get their attention. It depends on, all of us have a certain amount of psychic ability and psychic energy. Those people out there that are searching for their loved ones and the rescue teams, just tap them. If you're actually working at this level. Hello, Dominique. I know I just came on just willy-nilly and I didn't announce it, but I've been super busy. I had somebody actually break into my Samatawi group, just somehow added themselves as if they were a graduate. It was very strange. It was someone I bought a course from, and I've got some big questions on that. Luckily, I hadn't posted the actual course information in there yet. But, and like I said, I got divine connections that are definitely keeping me posted on things. And then I got JoJo, so that gives me a lot of tech awareness. And my tripod showed up. I just got to get it fully put together, and I will have this up and running and be able to do my lives more regularly. You are connected to a greater field of energy and information than you probably have any awareness of. If you're taking a prescription, you're connected with other people taking that prescription. If you have a bloodline connection to people from a certain area of Europe, you are connected energetically to the people that are there, connected in those bloodlines, and the people who are in other places connected into those bloodlines. You're connected into belief structures. You're connected. The connections that we have with others are just actually huge. It creates all of 4D. It is in connection to 2D. 2D is a living field created of minerals, viruses, molds, different forms of salt, and they do have a conscious awareness at their own level in 2D. 4D is connected into a false 5, 6, 7, 8, 9D and 10D awareness that goes into a false multiverse field. Methamphetamine has its own psychic field. It must be connected if you have ever taken it and you need to rebalance the fluids and salts in your brain due to it. So these are synthetic connections, but they're real. Drugs, chepenin, heroin, cocaine, ayahuasca, they have their own consciousness. A true consciousness, a huge consciousness. Alcohol, the spirit of alcohol, has multiple levels of actual consciousness. It is a living consciousness, and it is integrated by all of those who are partaken of that consciousness. Understanding the depths and the levels of these connections is really important. And that's why when I opened up, it was really important to address the tsunami. But the multitude of connections is really, really amazing when we can move out of the false fields, but even to move into a higher area of the false fields, which is what most people are doing rather than creating a full multidimensional awareness, but moving higher into the false fields and expanding that higher consciousness allows us to see down into the other fields. This is also the awareness that allows us to see into what is happening on the earth in the places where these people are trapped. And just get a feel for where your awareness is at. It's really, really important. Our mind has multiple connective fields, and our body has 164 plus different types of sensory perception points. Types of. Not 164 points, 164 types. So our connectiveness is so much greater than anyone has ever began to teach us from the levels that we are moving into in the photon field. It's getting stronger. Solstice was a huge turning point because we just rose on the ascendant in Gemini at about 23, 24 degrees. This is deep into the adult area of Gemini. And it is massive communication because we are moving into more and more holographic time. We are pulling information up right now from the time of what was called the twins and the temple periods. So this information is going to be coming into us from all of these different sensory perceptions. Our face, the interface in Kemet in Egypt, it's the face of Hathor or the Hathors that was used to show this. And this is a long, very wide face with ears that stick out like this. And there's like usually 5 to 7 channels inside the ears. And these are 5 to 7 different levels or layers of information that we get from other dimensions through our hearing. The eyes have several different portions that they take in these different dimensions, as well as the function of the mouth with the breath, with the spoken word, and that which we ingest and intake and that which our body refuses, as well as what is intaken with the nose, and how we breathe affects the body and our pranic field. So this interface, hello Anthony. So our face being this interface, the brain behind the shape of the skull, there are so many different points that create what we actually are and or can be as a resonance chamber. into how we're connected, into how we're getting information, reading information, resonating in the fields that we're living in. And my intent today, actually earlier in the week, I was going to speak about a specific situation, about something that's going on in metaphysical and with spiritual classes and things like that. I'm not going to do that too much today. It's not the day for it. This is a day that we focus on the darkness that's coming up all around us, that is showing us our own shadow work and what we need to clear. I love to use the Samtawi to balance this, to make the change, to understand myself, my triggers, my energy fields. It's been a great tool. I've got a course coming for 21 days for healing the body. After that, I'm going to follow it with mind healing. And I'm just going to get these up. I'm also about ready to launch the Netter class. You can see these coming, actually starting up in my archives on the 5th and 6th of January. And that's one of the things that I've been working so diligently on getting going. And basically, it's just been tech stuff. I had to go out and find somebody who really knew what they were doing and actually did the tech stuff that I pay for. So that stuff's coming together. And this isn't Joe's end of technology. It's different. But be very careful. Be very aware when you go in to start a course with somebody that you're getting someone who's actually a teacher. Be very careful with this. Not everyone can teach. Some people do. Some people teach. Some people do both. I have done, experienced, and taught. I have structured for a very long time. My entire life has been focused into getting this ready to have this out now. I had no idea how it was going to come out. Decades ago, they're telling me, oh, it's not going to be a book. You're not writing a book. And they started me out on journeys and on artwork and a whole bunch of other stuff. This is going to be multimedia that didn't exist when I started. And I just trusted it, and I just kept going. And I just kept getting experience. There are teachers out there that are jumping on the bandwagon and riding a wave and coming forward to basically teach one or two things that they haven't fully learned themselves, because they're teaching you as they go, as they learn it themselves. You're a week or two behind them. And those people do not have a foundation or a background to really know what those deep multiple layers and connectedness are. So, and I'm definitely not saying I'm the only person out there with any courses that work, because I'm not. And as a matter of fact, I'm bringing in some other teachers into House of Life because they're good teachers. They're great. They know, and they'll be great mentors because they're mentoring people and have been. So they know their stuff. And I learned from great teachers. A great deal of them have passed now, or are in their 70s and 80s going, get out there and do your stuff. We're tired. So I'm out here and I'm doing my stuff and just really get a feel for people and find out if they have any connections with other people in this field that is anything longer than just 2 or 3 years. I'm not going to say look for certifications. A lot of this isn't certified. Not that I don't have them myself. I do. I have more than just certifications, and I've got probably 17 or 18 modalities that I've learned. And I've got things that I've learned from people that usually pass traditions through family. I've got stuff with the Native Americans that I've learned. Make sure that if you take a course, that person knows what they're doing, that they are interconnected, and that the zip zings that you're getting from these people of connectedness aren't really warnings. Because sometimes they are. And sometimes it's, ooh, here comes another karmic loop. Zzz, and buzz. And the endorphins are going off all over the place because it's another ride on the loop-de-loo. And our subconscious is used to that. You're at a starting point and at a new beginning. So, my blessings to all of you. And hopefully a steadier live tomorrow. And most likely around 7. So, love and light, Neferka. And I found out that I can bring you guys on camera with me through this iPad. Looks like if you're on a phone or a certain type of tablet. So I'm going to learn a little bit more about that. Because I do really want to bring some of you guys up and talk. Because Ancient Powers is not about me. Ancient Powers is about the netters. I've got all 64 of my codons activated. My DNA, the netters are up. And I'm doing my work. But they're in you too. And you can perfect your DNA. You can really come on and be aware of yourself as a creator and create what you want. I love you all, Neferka. And hopefully until tomorrow,